Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a checklist on what you need to get your Siberian Husky, or what do you need to have before you get your little baby. It can be for a Siberian Husky, it can be for any kind of puppy. Just a checklist to make sure that you have everything you need for your little bundle of joy. I do have a list so I won't get off track. And these are most of the stuff that I had bought for Aloyni when I got her for her when she was a puppy. And I will have everything in the description below. Some of these items, like the cage and the bed, you can, depending on what type of puppy you're getting and if they get big at all, you can get that. Thank you. You don't have to get the sizes that I get. So for the first item is a cage. Her cage is an extra large cage, and I got an extra large even when she was a puppy. So I got Aloyni. If you haven't seen that video of all things about Siberian Huskies, I'll put that in the description below too. That tells you everything about the things that you need. But I got Aloyni at 7 weeks old, and that is about 2 months going on 2 months. So even at 2 months, I got her extra large cage because she's gonna get bigger and she's gonna need that. So I got double doors. So she has one in the front and one on the side. Her cage is over here, so you can see the door, but yeah. And it's recommended to get an extra large cage if you know you're gonna have a huge dog. So say if you have a German Shepherd, Siberian Huskies. I'm not too sure about a Great Dane because they are huge dogs. But any huge dog that you may have, I would recommend go ahead and get an extra large cage so they can grow into it. She did sleep in that cage while she was a puppy, and she's growing into it right now. So your number one on your checklist will be a cage, because you're gonna need a cage for your little furry baby to sleep in. Item number two will be a bed. It can be optional. For some people it is optional. I decided to get Aloyni a bed because sometimes she chooses to not sleep in her cage. She will sleep out here when I have her out, so she will sleep on her bed. Sometimes she does sleep on my bed, but she prefers to sleep on her own personal bed. And sometimes I do put her bed in her cage, but there are items that you can receive to get bed liners for the cage. But me personally, I have a bed for her, and her bed is extra large because she will be a big dog. So Aloyni, she still has her bed to this day, and she is 11 months. Yeah, she is 10 months. Aloyni, I know you want some attention, but I have to finish this video. Can I finish the video? So yes, Aloyni is 10 months, and she has her bed ever since I picked her up, and she sleeps in her bed, and she likes to lay on her bed. So a bed is optional. It's not necessary to get a bed because some people do not get beds for their fur babies, but you can get a bed for your dog if you would like. So item number 3 on the list is a food container. This one is also optional. You don't have to have a food container. I personally have a food container because I don't like to keep the bag of food. So as you can see, the food container is back there. That's the food container. Me personally, I don't like to keep the food in the bag and dig out the bag. I put it in a food container. That way it comes with a scoop, and I can put all the food in the container and just scoop it out. She does not know how to open the food container, which is very good. So me personally, I like to be organized, and I like to put the food in a food container because you never know what may or may not be in the bag. And so when I'm pouring all the food out into the container, I can see what is in there, and if something God forbid, if something falls out of the bag, then you know that's gonna take a picture and be like, this is in the bag. So that is another one that is optional. That's another one that is optional. It's a food container. I like it personally because I don't have to worry about getting in and out of the bag. I can just get it out the container. So item number 4 is a food and water bowl. Aloyni has a large food and water bowl, and I got that one off of Amazon. Most of these items I got off of Amazon. The cage in her bed, I actually bought those from PetSmart. I didn't get those off of Amazon, but the container and the food and water bowl I got online. It actually has a stand that comes with it, and I had got her a large size because I know she's gonna be, like I said, a taller dog. So I went ahead and got her a larger size. When she first started out, her food bowl, oh my gosh, her food and water bowl was on the ground. And as she got older, like when she was 5 months, then she began to get taller, so I began to put her food and water bowl on the stand, and it's been on the stand ever since. So your number 4 items will be a food and water bowl, because your fur baby will need something to eat and drink out of, and you want to make sure they have food and water bowl. So number 5 on your checklist that you need to get, this is a need, will be toys and shoe toys. Aloyni has a whole bunch of chew toys, stuffed animals, and a whole bunch of regular toys. She has stuffed animals, chew toys, balls, and she has a whole bunch of other stuff. And all the toys that I bought her are from Amazon, so I will actually put that link below as well. But those came in a package, so some of them were chew toys. The stuffed animals I had to buy separately, but those also came from Amazon because they were at a good price. But like I said before, stuffed chew toys, stuffed animal toys, they're going to be excellent with entertaining your dog. So in case you're trying to film, like as you guys seen, if you're trying to film, or if you want to keep them busy because you're trying to do some work, or you're trying to do schoolwork or study, or whatever you may be doing, toys are a good distraction for animals, especially huskies. They're good distractions because it gives them time to play by themselves, and they won't really be in your way of what you're trying to do, and you kind of know what they're doing, and they're not getting into anything because you know they're playing with their toys. So toys will be a great backup for in case you need to get something done and you know your dog wants so much attention, and you can give them their toys that you bought for them so they can play with them. And trust me, dogs, they love toys, especially stuffed animals. Aloyni, she loves her stuffed animals to play with them and everything. So item number 6. Can I finish the video? Where is your bone? Hold on, I've been playing with you all day. Here, play with your bone. Okay, so item number 6. So number 6 will be food. The food that I feed Aloyni is Neuro or Neutro. I can't remember. I think it's Neutro. I feed her this brand of food because I like them personally. and Neuro to me is a good brand. This is not sponsored or anything, but your dog will need food, dog food, and go ahead and go out and get the dog food before you get your dogs, or you can go get the food and everything that you need while you go get your fur baby, because that's personally what I did. I got her and then I immediately went to PetSmart so she can have a feel of what she wants and what she needs. And basically Aloyni told me that she didn't tell me, but when I picked out the brand for her, she smelled it, she liked it, and ever since then she's been eating Neuro. So that's what I feed her. But your dog will need dog food. She eats homemade food as well. I mix the kibble and the homemade food together, the Neuro together. So either or is fine. Aloyni does eat both homemade dog food and dry food mixed together. You can buy wet dog food. Me personally, I just want to cook her food along with her getting used to dog food as well. All right, so item number 7, or no, 7. Item number 7. So item number 7 will be treats, especially if you have a puppy. Treats will come way in handy when you have a puppy, because you're trying to train them, potty train them to sit, train them to lay, train them to stay. So treats is a priority that you need on your checklist. The treats that I have is the Neuro treats for Aloyni, the blueberry kind. They have many different kinds of treats. She likes the crunchy kind. She likes any kind of treat that you give her. But her favorite kind is the Neuro kind, blueberry, because blueberry is her favorite. But treats will be your #1 items to get, because you're gonna need to have some reward. You're gonna need to give them some reward to give them for going outside to the bathroom, for sitting, for staying, and they want to be rewarded. So treats will be your number 7 on your checklist. All right, so on to number 8 now. Number 8. Number 8 will be brushes. Aloyni had 2 brushes when I first got her. She had one brush that was little, and I could brush her because she was smaller. The brush that I have now is the brush that I'm sticking with forever, because it works with her fur. And when I mean it works with her fur is because she sheds a lot, and so the brush that I have, it gets down into her top coat and it works perfectly and amazing. This is the brush that I have for her. Some of you probably already seen this brush if you've seen my other video. So this is the brush that I have for her. And once you brush her, well, once I finish brushing her, I can take it off and the fur will be right there, and that's how that goes. So especially if you know you're gonna get a dog, it's very fluffy and furry like Aloyni, you might want to go ahead and get a brush. If you know you're not gonna have a dog that has a fine coat, then a brush may not be needed. Just do your research on what dogs can become fluffy and furry. But yeah, so that's item number 8. That's an optional item. So item number 9 and 10. So 9 and 10 goes together hand in hand. 9 is a leash, 10 is a collar. And a leash and a collar, and I think a leash, collar, and harness. So 9, 10, and 11 go hand in hand. A leash, collar, and a harness are different, and that's why I put them in different categories. A leash is something that you walk your dog on. So if you go outside for a walk, you'll have that leash. Collar and a harness, people think those are the same thing, but it's not. A harness is safer for your dog if you're taking them for a walk, because a harness hits their chest cavity. With a collar and you're taking your dog for a walk and you have the leash on their collar and your dog just runs without you expecting it and it jerks, then you're gonna pull on your dog's neck, which is gonna affect their esophagus in a certain way. So that's why it's recommended to get a harness. Aloyni has all three. She has a collar, harness, and a leash. She has her collar because if we do go out in public, she has that collar on for recognition, and it has her tags on there, and her tags has her name, my address, my name, my phone number in case she gets lost. And she also has a microchip inside. Well, she's also microchipped. And her harness she has on, which is that pink thing that some of you may see, but she has a harness on, so when I do take her outside on the leash or the leash outside, then when she runs around and she pulls herself or yanks herself, it'll hit her chest cavity and not her collar. So it's recommended to get both a leash and a harness, because when you're walking your dog, you don't want to hurt their esophagus or their throat. And the collar is just for identification purposes. It's not for walking your dog. The harness part, having a harness for your dog, is the part that you need to put the leash on. And I will try to put Amazon description link below for all dogs. Hers is specifically for Huskies, but I think they have exceptions, so I'll try to put as many collars below, as many harnesses below that I can. At first Aloyni had 2 collars. Yeah, she had 2 collars. The collar that she had on now was the first collar that I bought for her. It was obviously too big, so I had to go to PetSmart and get a smaller collar because she was only 7 weeks when I got her, so I had to go get a smaller collar for her. But yeah, so 9, 10, and 11 is a leash, a harness, and a collar. So for next we have number 12, and number 12 is basically a bone. I didn't put bones with toys because they're 2 different things. Toys will get your dog in a distraction, yes, but bones will keep your fur baby from tearing up everything. So if your fur baby is going through a teething phase or is teething, then it keeps them from chewing on the walls, chewing on your clothes, chewing on your shoes, chewing on anything they can get their hands on that feels comfortable to them. So bones are very important, and I get naturally organic bones, and you can find those on Amazon as well. I go to Amazon and PetSmart. But you can, I'll put a description below like I said. But with the bones, it depends. I get it from Amazon, I get it from Chewy, I get it from Petco, I get it from PetSmart. It just depends. Especially if I'm in PetSmart, then I just go ahead and get it if I see that it's something that I'm interested in and that she's interested in, and if it's all natural and organic, then it's good. So that is number 12 for bones. Number 13 will be a vet. Make sure you have a vet. Make sure you research different vets that is very cost effective for you. Aloyni has 2. She goes to the Humane Society to get her shots and stuff, but she also goes to another vet, Banfield, I think. She goes to Banfield to get some of her other shots that the Humane Society cannot give her, and she also has a vet. So she has 2 vets, but I'll look into vets that are good around your area, insurance that they may have for your dog, that you could pay for or your parents can pay for. But make sure, number 1 thing is to make sure you have a vet, because your puppy needs to get their puppy shots as soon as possible, and all their shots as soon as possible, because they're going to need those shots in the future. Number 14 is storage containers. have 4 storage containers. One for her syringes, her toys, her bones, and any other items that she may have. I put those in the storage container just so I myself can stay organized. This is not necessary. You don't have to have this. But Aloyni has so many toys. So I have containers for those to be put in. And sometimes she will go into the storage bins and get her toys, like the gray ones over there. Those 3 are storage bins, and if I have them down on the ground, she'll pick out the toys that she want to play with at that time, and then I just put them back so it won't be a mess. So item 14 is optional. You don't have to have a storage bin, but if you plan on getting your puppy or your fur baby a whole bunch of toys, storage bins will be a good thing to invest in. So last but not least, this is not recommended for anybody who does not have a puppy. If you're maybe adopting an animal that is older, then you don't really have to get this item. But the last item on this checklist will be puppy pads. If you're getting a puppy, puppy pads are very important along with the treats, because that's how you're going to train your fur baby to use the bathroom on the pads and not the floors. So puppy pads are very recommended. Aloyni used puppy pads all the way up until she was about 6 months, because I used to let her out. You're gonna have to get down, sweetie. I used to let her out at night, so she would use the bathroom on the puppy pads at night. But she was potty trained outside pretty early. But as far as the puppy pad, she stayed on the puppy pad since she was about 6 months, and that was because she was left out her cage at night, so she would have used the bathroom on the puppy pads at night while I was asleep. So that's it for the checklist. I hope this was very helpful to you guys, and like I said, I will be putting all the items in the description below of where I got everything. Amazon is a great website, and Chewy is a great website as well. Don't forget that you can also price match. So if you find something on Chewy.com and you can't get it from Chewy, but it is less expensive on Chewy than it is in PetSmart, just go into your local pet store, PetSmart, Petco, whatever it is, and just ask them if they price match. And they should be able to price match. But I'm gonna make sure I put everything in the description below. If you have any concerns, questions, or comments, just let me know in the comments below, and I'm gonna try to get to everything I can. If you're thinking about getting the Siberian Husky, or you're interested in the Siberian Husky but you don't know if that's the right dog for you, I also have a video on the do's and the don'ts about Siberian Huskies, so you can go ahead and watch that video to see if a Siberian Husky is right for you. So next time, well, not next time, well, it is next time, well, hopefully I can get another video up for you guys soon. But until next time, I see you guys later, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and see you guys next time.